As a player, you're a completely different person when you first start playing Minecraft than when you've been in that world for a while. At the beginning, you enjoy every single thing you do. You get excited, flattening the ground, exploring caves, building your first house. Everything feels new, full of possibilities. But something changes over time. The desire for more power, more resources, more efficiency leads you to automate every part of the game. And without realizing it, you turn something that was meant to be enjoyed into a mechanical routine. But that's not the saddest part. The worst part is when you stop having fun. And Minecraft starts to feel almost like an obligation until eventually you just quit. But we'll talk about that later. After spending days inside the game, you get that little urge to start building automatic farms. But while building one of those massive farms, there's a moment of silence. You keep placing redstone, checking every piston, every observer, but your mind starts to wonder. Does any of these really make sense? You're about to spend dozens of hours using resources that took you days to gather, all to build a machine that could have stopped working forever with just one update. Tell me, isn't that a huge waste of time? But that simple question hides something much deeper. Because it's not just about the farms. It's about a silent war inside Minecraft. A divide between what the game allows and what we demand from it. Between what's clever and what's cheating. And at the center of it all, there's an uncomfortable truth. The more time you spend in Minecraft, the less you're actually playing it. To understand why this happens, we first need to look back to why you started playing Minecraft in the first place. And while we all had different reasons, it basically comes down to one thing: the possibilities. Maybe you were inspired by a YouTuber you watched, or by your friends. Maybe you just wanted to build something, explore the world, or play with someone special to you. When you first join, the world feels immersive. You want to explore, run around, the caves even scare you. If you already have some experience, you rush to get iron, maybe your first diamonds. If you're playing with someone, you get excited building your first house together, or creating a small town with everyone on a private server. The experience feels so real, honestly, so fresh. That, in fact, is the essence of Minecraft's yearly 2-week cycle, but that's a topic for another video. What matters is what all those moments have in common. Progress in the game, and the joy of discovering what it has to offer, whether you're playing alone or with friends. That's also why mods are so attractive to the community. When the game stops giving you something new, when you've basically done everything it can offer, adding things like shaders, add-ons, skins, or mods brings back that feeling of learning something new, exploring new horizons. And if you think about it, that's what defines us as humans: knowledge, the drive to explore new horizons. And when we do it with someone important to us, the experience becomes even more meaningful. The problem is when we reach the limit of that same experience. Our brain is wired to seek stimulation. That's why, once we reach a goal, we instantly start searching for something new, something out of reach. And while that mindset can take us far in life, if we don't let it control us in something like a video game, something we're supposed to enjoy, it can actually kill the joy itself. After defeating the dragon, getting every resource Minecraft has to offer, building huge bases, flattening everything, the game starts to lose its meaning, it starts to feel empty. The next logical step is to take it to the next level, and that's where farms come in. Iron farms, XP farms, anything. The issue is, if you don't control it, that becomes your limit. Once you build your first farms and finish them, you realize how powerful you've become. You stop caring about dying, you have so many armor sets that you start jumping off mountains just for fun. If you play with someone, your time in the world might turn into just talking, running around in circles, not really playing anymore, because there's nothing left to do. And that's where the real problem begins. A few days later, you'll leave the game not to return until maybe the end of next year, when you and your friends once again feel that spark to start a new world together. If you think about it, the point where all the fun broke was when the farms appeared. They're the symbol that you've reached the top, and that the end of that world is near. And while there are still some players crazy enough to keep going, building farm after farm, there's really no purpose left. No stronger boss, no harder dungeon, nothing left that truly challenges you. And that's where the question from the beginning finally gets answered, and you might realize the real reason why you play Minecraft. You have two options. You can build those farms for the satisfaction of having done it, of creating everything you've built and enjoying the game's full potential, or build them just to prove how powerful you are and feel how empty the world becomes afterwards. And if you think about it, that leads us to the most important reflection of this video. Even if you achieve your goals, even if you get everything you've ever wanted, all the wealth you could imagine, if you're not happy with the process, if you don't enjoy every step along the way, you'll always end up feeling empty. And that's something that even happens with the game's updates. Like this one, that had a problem so big, it almost killed the game completely. I'll show you what happened right here in this video. I'll be waiting for you there. Go watch it. Goodbye.